Take your seats. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Quiet, please. On behalf of the faculty, I would like to welcome all of you to the 20th Annual Veterans Day program here at Air Shirley Regional High School, sponsored by the Air Shirley Regional High School Massachusetts Army National Guard Leadership Education Program. I have two requests of the students in the audience. First, turn off your cell phones, smartphones, and iPods. Second, take some time after our program today or this upcoming weekend to search out a veteran. Express your gratitude for their service to this country. I would like to thank the students who have been involved with this year's program, as well as all the veterans here in the audience. The students in the audience as well, your undivided attention is appreciated. Our veterans, our heroes, are here below us, sitting in the front row. So please give them a round of applause. I want to recognize the following for assisting me with this year's program: local veterans organizations, the Massachusetts Army National Guard, and other veterans from across the Commonwealth. Ms. Karen Baldino, owner of Karen's Kitchen, for the wonderful breakfast this morning. Flowers by Stella and Panaz Flores for the beautiful arrangements. Mr. McLaughlin for helping me organize the program, and Mr. Knoll for being our keynote speaker. Ms. Fran Cooley from the Veterans Chorus in Leominster, Massachusetts. The Walter Anderson family, friends of the Phil O'Keefe family. Mr. O'Connor for designing the certificates. Ms. McLaughlin, Mr. Donovan, Ms. Melillo, Mr. Southwick, Mr. Roche, for sponsoring veterans this morning during our classroom presentations. Ms. Chris for the use of the library. Mr. Ketterer and the marching band. Mr. Tiernan, who will be singing the national anthem after I conclude the faculty welcome. Students of the leadership program and student council. Mr. Curlin, Mr. Dillman from Air Public Access Corporation for covering the events this morning. Ms. Colton and the black students. Mr. Lewis from the custodial staff. Ms. Jones from the cafeteria staff. Officer Bigelow. Mr. Owen Salter for his expertise providing the sound this morning. Mrs. Swift, Ms. Rader, Mrs. Wallace. Mr. Deputy, Mr. Christie, Dr. Meyer. Mr. Kendall, who has given me passes that will distribute to the veterans who are here this morning, so they can use them later tonight to attend the football game as our Panthers take on Monty Tech at 5 p.m. As the voice of Panther football, I'll be recognizing veterans at the end of halftime. This pass can be used at any home event, either athletic or school event. On Monday, we have no school to observe Veterans Day, which falls on Sunday, November 11th. I ask that you honor veterans in their own way. Before Ms. Minda Tiernan sings the national anthem, Ms. Julie Colton and the black students lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, we will have a moment of silence for our troops. You may have noticed 12 empty seats in the front row where the veterans have been participating in the program in years past. These represent the 12 veterans who have passed away since 1999. Past programs have been dedicated to Manny Velez, Preston Smith, Frank Golitsky, Harold Landry, Charlie Lewis, Doug Frederick, Ralph Winslow, Stan Kopak, John Tully, and Larry Anderson. This year's program is dedicated to Walter Anderson and Phil O'Keefe, who passed away since last year's Veterans Day program. Both served in Vietnam. Our thoughts are with these 12 men and their families. Now please stand for a moment of silence. You can bring up the lights here as well. Thank you. Thank you. Please remain standing now for the singing of our national anthem by Junior Miss Minda Tiernan.
Oh, say, can you stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you very much. Please remain standing, please. Would you remain standing for the starting of the pledge of allegiance to God and the black students? Ms. Cotton and the black students will do the pledge of allegiance and also present the veterans to the special guest. After this, Shandy and Brooke will take over the program as our MCs.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning and welcome to the 2018 Veterans Day Assembly. My name is Michael Chongo, and this is my friend Philip Weed. On behalf of our classmates, teachers, and ourselves, we have a small token of appreciation we'd like to present to our veterans.
Thank you very much, Michael.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you all for your service, your bravery, and the sacrifices you have made for us and our great country. We are very grateful and very proud of you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Annie?
Alright, good morning everyone. Alright, good morning. Welcome to ASRHS Regional High School's 20th Annual Veterans Day program. My name is Shani Dinge and I'm the President of Student Council. My classmate, Brooklyn Mr. Arno, President of the senior class, and I will be the masters of ceremony for this assembly program. On behalf of the student body at ASRHS Regional High School, Brooklyn and I would like to welcome the veterans here today and thank them for sharing their experiences with us earlier this morning during the breakfast at Karen's Kitchen, as well as in some of our classrooms during the last half of bebop.
Thank you, Shandy. I too would like to thank the veterans for coming today and educating us about their service to our great nation. A little bit later today, During the assembly, Mr. Deppie, principal of Air Shirley Page Hilltop Elementary School, will offer his thoughts on the day and introduce his fifth grader who will be offering their thoughts about veterans. Later, my principal, Mr. Christie, will give his remarks and read the names of all of our special guests here today as they stand to be recognized. I would like to introduce Gus Angulo, a junior here at Air Shirley Regional High School, as he offers remarks on behalf of the Leadership Education Program, which is sponsored by the Massachusetts Army National Guard.
Morning, everyone. My name is Gus Angelo, if you didn't already know, and on behalf of the Leadership Club, I'd like to welcome you all to the 20th Annual Veterans Day Ceremony. Today, I'd like to express some of my feelings of gratitude and thanks towards everyone who served our country. To serve one's country is an honor that only a handful of people have the bravery and courage to accomplish. We should be grateful for those who do. To make the decision of committing yourself to the military is an act so selfless, so brave, that few people think they have what it takes. And the defiance of this spirit is where the true heroes show their potential. Lieutenant Colonel McLaughlin is an example of one of these heroes, and we're lucky to have him by our side in this school. Thanks to him and Mr. Tully, our leadership club has been running strong for the past 4 years, and there's no doubt in my mind that this will be the case for years to come. These men have showed me what it means to be a leader and assisted me in my discovery of these skills internally. However, you don't have to be a natural-born leader to take the reins of a group and steer them in the virtuous direction. These skills aren't given you by your parents, or by society, or by anyone for that matter. These skills reside inside of us all, and those who choose to reach into the depths of their heart and grasp their potential are the ones that will be leaders. Thank you.
Thank you guys for your comments about the leadership program, what it does for our school and community, as well as the importance of recognizing veterans.
Our next speaker has been a welcome addition to the Assembly's program since he became the principal of Page Hilltop Elementary School. I would like to introduce Mr. Fred Deppie, who will offer his remarks. After he concludes his remarks, he will introduce us to his fifth grader, who will make a few comments as well.
Thank you all. Good morning. And I want to thank Mr. Tully and everybody for again inviting us. This is the 20th year for this program, so it's an outstanding program. Thank you to him and everybody for all the efforts, and especially to all the familiar faces I see down here for our veterans that come to all these events. This is an especially important one, I guess, if you will. This is the 100th anniversary of Veterans Armistice Day. So 1918, 100 years ago, was near the end of World War I. At the time, everybody thought they called that the war to end all wars. Sadly, we know through history that that wasn't the case, because since then there's been World War II, there's been Vietnam, there's been Korea, and then a whole bunch of other conflicts all around the world, especially in the Middle East. So sadly, that was not the end, and hopefully we will soon see the end, and we can just remember our veterans for what they do and not have to have them go off to deployments. So I want to thank you again to do that. And as always, we'd like to bring in one of my fifth graders. This morning, you have Tessa Lantain, who's going to join me up on stage. And her great-grandfather is a familiar face to all of us, Mr. Frank Harmon, if you would come up here with Tessa, and she wants to share some thoughts with you.
Good morning. My name is Tessa, and I'm in 5th grade. I'm here to talk about my great-grandfather and Leilani Harmon's grandfather, Frank Harmon, who was named after my great-great-grandfather. Leilani, please stand. In 1950, when my grandpa was 19 years old, he joined the Navy. He wanted to join because it was a very patriotic thing to do. He was very proud to join. It was tough, but he liked it. He missed his family a lot, but he knew it was the right decision. At the time he was in the Navy, he served in the Korean War. The ship he was on was called the LST. It stands for Landing Ship Tank. The purpose of the ship was to carry tanks, vehicles, cargo, and landing troops directly on the shore with no docks or piers. He was a yeoman. A yeoman is an enlisted person who performs clerical and administrative duties. When he was aboard the ship, he wore a work shirt. When he was at the port, he wore a uniform, either white or blue. Blue was in the winter, and white was for warmer weather. I am also glad he was in the Navy because that's where he met my great-grandmother. In 1950, he got out, and till this day, he doesn't regret his decision to join the Navy. And I'm very proud of my great-grandfather. He means everything to me. To this day, he is very active in helping the veterans and volunteers at the Bedford VA Hospital. I love you, Grandpa. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Mr. Duffy, for your continued participation in our Saturday, and for involving the great team of baseball talks. And thank you, Pastor, for that beautiful speech. Next, I would like to introduce Ms. Fran Cooley, Director of the Veterans Chorus from Leominster, Massachusetts, who will tell us about the 2 songs her group will sing.
Good morning. We're honored to be here this morning. Our Veterans Chorus, we're called the International Veterans Chorus because through the years we've had veterans from Scotland and the British services, the Hungarian services, and also from Japanese forces. Yes, so therefore we're called the International Veterans Chorus, and we accept from any country that you may have served in. But this morning, we represent many different surrounding towns. If there are any veterans out there who would like to join us, we rehearse in Leominster on Thursday night, so just see one of us. And we'd like to start our program with This Is America, and we have 2 featured soloists this morning, and that would be Judy Anderson from the Army, representing the Army, and also Joe Daigle with the Navy.
This
Our last number for you will be Let There Be Peace on Earth. And because Walter Anderson was one of our veterans that sang with us in the past, we would like to dedicate this song to Walter. And we're hoping that there will be peace on earth. And let it begin with me.
Thank you, Ms. Cooley. We appreciate you bringing the Veterans Chorus once again to participate in our assembly program. Our next presenter is in his first year as principal of our high school. I would like to welcome Air Shirley Regional High School's principal, Mr. Christie, as he offers his remarks about Veterans Day, as well as call out all the veterans' names who are here today as our guests and a part of the Veterans Roll Call. Mr. Christie.
Good morning, and welcome to the 20th Annual Veterans Day celebration at Air Shirley Regional High School. I'm Spencer Christie, and I'm the building principal. This year, on November 11th, we will mark the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I. To mark the one-year anniversary on November 11th, 1919, Woodrow Wilson remarked, "To us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service and with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing from which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the Council of Nations." My father and both grandfathers served. My father in the Vietnam War, and both of my grandfathers in World War II. Veterans Day is a day to honor all who have served our country. Today, we are lucky to be joined by brave men and women who have proudly served for the United States, a few of whom are even current ASRHS staff. Each of these men and women have a personal story about what service has meant to them. Please, let's take a moment and thank them with our applause. The heroism that they have displayed by proudly serving the country is something to be honored, and I'm thrilled we were able to do that today. At this time, I would like to present a roll call of all the veterans we have in attendance. Veterans, please stand to be recognized when your name is called. And please, let's hold our applause for our veterans until I've completed the list. Edward Scott Smith. Steve Longley. Charles Jones. Dana Fields. Bert Gibson. David Sawyer. Joe Landry. Ed Bloom. Frank Harmon. Tom Brown. Gail Brown. Paul Deckheiser. Norman Albert. Robert Carlson. Christopher Polonka. Matthew Knoll. Fred Cuddy. J.R. Higgins. George Taylor. Fran Cooley. Rob Davidson. Eric Normandin. Bill Joy. Bob Gogan. George Schroeder. Jim Julius. Bill Smith. Angie Edmonds. Tony Fiducia. Joe Daigle. Judith Anderson. Mr. Sean McLaughlin. Gwen Valancourt. Linda Blackwell. Dave Beal. We are honored to have these 35 veterans in our presence today. Again, please, let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. Christie, for your comments and introducing our veterans to us this morning. Next, we will recognize two veterans who have passed away since our program last November. Please welcome Mr. Matthew Anderson from the Air High School class of 2008 as he does his dedication to his father, and Mr. Kelly as he does his dedication to an Air High School teacher. Both of these veterans served in Vietnam.
That was a lot of y'all. Thanks, y'all. Bear with me, I only got 5 hours of sleep, still at work. My dad was Walter H. Anderson, senior. He was in the Army. I was his youngest son. Man, I miss him. He served 2 tours in Vietnam, 1965 to 66, and 1968 to 69. He offloaded and needed supplies and imported ammo, food, medicine, equipment, much more. He also built barracks that people lived in, and he worked at the military prison, which is a lot worse than Shirley, trust me. He was also, a lot of you guys probably didn't know him. He was like the unofficial mayor of this town. Go home, ask your parents about him. Promise you they didn't know him. He was very happy about serving this country, and like Mr. Tully said, if you want to look up somebody, feel free to look up any one of these veterans, and I bet you they have an amazing story to tell you. My dad had plenty of them. Thank you.
I asked Matt to stay up here because I have something for his mother. Before I do my dedication to late Phil O'Keefe, I would like to say that Walter was my contact for the Veterans Chorus. He introduced me to them. So fitting that they returned today to sing for us. Ms. Anderson, come on up. Mr. Phil O'Keefe was a colleague and a good friend of mine. He taught social studies here at then Air High School for 30 plus years before retiring in June 2002. Many students and staff can remember his sayings, kindness and smile. Phil and his good family friends, the Dolans, who are here today, took me under their wings when I first came here in 1997. Prior to teaching in air, Phil served in the U.S. Air Force from 1961 to 1965 and was deployed to Vietnam. He attended Salem State College on the GI Bill, where he earned master's degrees in education and history. There's a picture of him in the 2001 yearbook at graduation, sitting in his chair on the football field, holding on to the American flag so it would not fall over due to the wind. A true friend, great teacher, and always the veteran protecting our flag. This is how I will remember a superb person who served his country well. He passed away in February at the age of 75 years old. Phil was able to participate in the first 3 Veterans Day programs here at Air High School. I know he would be very proud of the manner in which we continue to honor veterans. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson and Mr. Tully, for the very thoughtful remarks. Next, please welcome our keynote speaker for today's assembly. Matthew John Knoll graduated from Air High School in 2002. Currently, he is a 4th grade teacher at the Lori White Elementary School in Shirley. In between graduating from high school and returning to our district as an elementary school teacher, Mr. Knoll served in the U.S. Air Force on a combat deployment. Before he speaks to us today, we will show you a brief footage from this Boston Celtics game where the public address announcer recognized Mr. Knoll prior to the singing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Matthew John Knoll.
To do with family. The Boston Celtics paying tribute to military families and then shocked everyone when Air Force National Guard Sergeant Matthew Knoll suddenly walked onto the court, his mom and his family stunned and overjoyed because just moments earlier there was a big message on the Jumbotron saying he was still overseas. Players and fans gave him a standing ovation, and to that we say, welcome home, Sergeant Knoll.
Glad to see that.
That's pretty cool, right? Good way to come home. Alright, so I grew up a military brat. Both my grandfathers, they served in the Army. My father served for 20 years. He retired from the Army. My brother is currently an infantryman in the Army. So naturally, being the brat that I am, I joined the Air Force. So who am I and why am I here? So my name is Staff Sergeant Matthew Knoll, but before I was a Staff Sergeant, I was a student here at Air High School. I was in attendance in November of 1999 during my sophomore year, when after we hosted a short evening program in which veterans received their high school diplomas for those who had to leave during World War II during their high school or their junior and senior years. This was to recognize their service to the country, and when I graduated in 2002, I began to see the start of something very special. I was also a student here on September 11th, 2001, and it was very hard to see these things unfold. I only have one lasting memory from that day, and it was from my English teacher, Mr. Malcolm Roberts, as he just sat in the back of the class shaking his head saying, "Everything is different now." I had no idea what that meant. I didn't understand it at the time, but I could feel a change in the air. I didn't really know what that meant until I found myself in the middle of Iraq looking around thinking, everything is different now. I did not realize it at the time as a 16-year-old senior, but it was a personal calling. I had to do something. I had to do something. I couldn't stand on the sidelines anymore. I had to get in the game. And in this game of country, honor, and service, you play for keeps. Again, I did not know what I was going to do or where, but I knew I needed to do something. A lot of you probably start to think about what you want to do with your lives as you get older. Some have known what they want to do since you were little. Some are still figuring it out. I'm a teacher now, but I still feel like I'm still figuring it out. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be a police officer. When I got older, I wanted to be a school psychologist. Now, after becoming a veteran, I'm a 4th grade teacher at Laura White. I never in a million years would have thought that I would be in this position, but I can at least successfully say that I have been able to help others along my path. My original professional plans may have not come true, but the goal always was and is and now and forevermore to help other people. Becoming a service member is the epitome of helping others, as you are serving every last person who holds the distinct title of calling themselves an American. Each and every veteran that is here in attendance today has made so many sacrifices. Having to say goodbye to your parents, your siblings, your friends, birthdays, holidays you'll never ever get back. Bumps, bruises, aches, pains, ones that are visible, even more that are invisible. These are the things that we will carry with us for the rest of our lives. Trying to explain these feelings, these experiences, these emotions, these thoughts, sometimes it's like trying, as one Vietnam vet put it, it's like trying to explain a new color to someone who doesn't even know what a color is. Sometimes being a veteran can be a difficult thing. But having events like this, seeing the community come together, this is what makes those pains fade away. One of my students once asked me, "Mr. Knoll, is it true that you're a veterinarian?" And while I may not be a medical professional in the world of animals, I can tell you this. Over the course of my years, I have held certain titles in this district. I have been a substitute teacher. I have been a paraprofessional. I have been a teacher. I have been a Lego robotics coach. I've coached basketball. I've coached volunteer. I've done everything I can that my district has asked of me. Because in retrospect, you need to do everything you can to help others no matter the cost. And we as veterans, we know that calling. So again, I ask all of you here in Air Shirley Regional School District, you guys don't understand how lucky you are to have this high school at your disposal, to have the approval for $7 million for a new field. But don't forget about Page Hilltop. Don't forget about Laura White. These are your little brothers and sisters in the community. You were once them. So I ask you, even if you are not a veteran, to do something. I myself am going to be making sure that there are avenues for students to come to Laura White over this year and beyond. I want you all to participate. And I want you all to continue doing events like this. We don't need a Veterans Day or Memorial Day to have an event and say thank you. But these events do mean a lot. And I do appreciate you giving me the time to come here and speak to you and really bring my entire journey full circle today. To conclude, I would like to give a shout out to someone who actually has done a lot for this district and probably more than I could ever do in 2 lifetimes, and that would be Mr. McLaughlin. Now you know him as Mr. McLaughlin, I know him as Lieutenant Colonel McLaughlin, so I watch how I talk when I'm around him. Just to let you know what he has recently done in his career, he is a recently retired Army Lieutenant Colonel who returned 2 months ago from deployment to the Ukraine. His mission there was to support the Ukrainian people in their war against Russia-backed separatists. Lieutenant Colonel McLaughlin has served over 25 years in the military and had multiple activations and combat deployments. He is the first person in over 70 years from either Air or Shirley school districts to be called to active duty while working as a district employee. You beat me by 1 year, you lucky so-and-so. During his career in the Army, Mr. McLaughlin served as an Army Scout, an infantry platoon leader, an infantry company commander, and as part of the U.S. Army Special Operations Command. Please join me in a round of applause in recognizing his service, please. Again, I want to thank all of you for putting this together. Thank you all for giving us this feeling of appreciation. I hope to be doing this again with you throughout the years. And again, I cannot thank you enough. And again, just remember, it doesn't matter if you're a freshman, a senior, if you're a staff member, it doesn't matter if you're a veteran, a veterinarian, whatever you want. I ask you this, please do something. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Knoll, for being our keynote speaker. On behalf of the students here at the high school, I want to express my deepest appreciation for yours, Mr. McLaughlin, and all of the veterans' service to our great nation. The next veterans who will speak represent local veterans organizations of Air and Shirley American Legion. Before they speak, I would like to show my gratitude for the generosity in supporting the students of the Air Shirley Regional School District with their scholarships near graduation. Now, Norman Albert will speak from the Shirley American Legion, and David Sawyer will speak from the Air American Legion.
Good morning, my name is Norman Albert. I'm a veteran of China Marine in World War II. I wasn't there during a Boxer rebellion though. In case you're wondering about the cap that I'm wearing, it's the only part of my World War II Marine Corps uniform that I can fit into. I'd like to thank Mr. Tully for his fine work in recognizing the veterans here today. As we know, Sunday is the end of World War I, been expressed, but what has not been mentioned is that at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, there will be bells that will have 21 tolls all over Shirley, all over Air, all over Massachusetts, and all over the United States, as memory to that signing of that end of World War I. In World War II, I'd like to say that Shirley had 334 that signed up for the services. Out of 2,500 residents, that was the largest percentage of people that served in a country. There were two families, there were 13 that were killed from Shirley. And there were two families that lost two sons in the World War II. We are celebrating Sunday in Shirley at the Veterans, at the War Memorial Building, and we invite everyone that can possibly make it to join us there for the services. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I'm Dave Sawyer. I am a retired lieutenant colonel from the United States Army. I served on active duty for 21 years. The one thing that I would really like to state to all of you, and especially to the Air School System, is that this town absolutely does it right. Thank you to Page Hilltop, to the middle school, to the high school. I don't know if anywhere else in this nation of ours that a town does so much for its veterans on Veterans Day. Again, you do it right, and I thank you very much.
May I say one final thing? What is a veteran? We are the fortunate ones who were able to come back home. That's who we are. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Albert and Mr. Sawyer, for your great comments.
Now Mr. Ketter and the band will play the Armed Forces on Parade.
And the veterans can stand up as they hear their song played for their branch of service, okay? Go ahead. U.S. Army. Thank you, Ben and Mr. Ketterer. It's always nice to see the different branches of service here today and the folks who represent them. Thank you very much. Do we have the video up yet? Okay. So while we do that, let me go into my remarks here. They always say, always show up with a gift when you're a guest, okay, at an event. So I have something here for Mr. McLaughlin and for Mr. Knoll, if you want to come up here. First, Mr. Knoll, thank you very much for being our keynote speaker today. Thank you very much. And Mr. McLaughlin, thank you very much for being here at the high school and your deployments that you've had. Thank you. As I mentioned to the veterans that will be here today, we have a certificate that Mr. O'Connor made. It says right here. It's with great honor that we recognize, and the veterans' names will be in there, for outstanding participation in the Air Shirley Regional High School Veterans Day program for the 2018-2019 school year. On this 20th Annual Veterans Day program, Friday the 9th of November, 2018. And it's signed Mr. Christie on the left-hand side with Dr. Meyer's name underneath, and then Mr. McLaughlin's name on the right-hand side, and my name as well as the advisor of the program. So this is, all the veterans are going to get this today. And Karen Baldino got one of these already this morning down at Karen's Kitchen. So if you happen to see her, please thank her as well for hosting the breakfast this morning. Thank you. 25, before I dismiss you, I just want to thank Shandy and Brooklyn for a job well done with the MC. We're giving them a round of applause. Also, thank you to Owen Salter back there with the sound, did a great job with everything, as well as all of you in the audience, the students. Thank you for your undivided attention to our heroes, our veterans. Thank you very much. That concludes today's program. Thank you very much.